And here we have DAndre Glasper, our next kickboxing fight of the evening, as he prepares for battle against the double tough Baldomero Zamora. £165 matchup coming up. Should be an interesting matchup, Ricky.
Yeah, Glasper, he's got many fights here inside the Elevate FC cage, and I'll tell you what, this guy, he always comes to bang, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see if he can continue his winning streak right here inside the Elevate FC cage.
DAndre Glasper, ready for action.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent makes his way to the cage, representing Revolution Dojo, Baldomero Zamora.
Baldomero Zamora making his way to the cage here. 165-pound matchup. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape between these two fighters. There you see it. 18-year-old Zamora taking on the 28-year-old Glasper. Both fighters coming in, not the 165-pound weight limit. I made a mistake at the 155-pound weight limit. 5'9" versus 5'10". 7-6 for Zamora versus the 3-2 Glasper. So, two of our more experienced fighters on the card here tonight. And we see the final touches for Zamora. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we still have 2 championship fights coming up. Our co-main event will be Charles Chavez Lara taking on Grayson Secades in a 5-round affair. Topped off with our main event as Marco Esparza taking on George Regalado. And there you see him, Zamora, ready for action.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 7th fight of the evening is being brought to us by Flex Fight Gear and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each in the Elevate FC lightweight division. Introducing first, on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing at 156 pounds. His record stands 3 wins against 2 defeats. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, DAndre Glasper. And across the cage on the right, fighting on the red corner, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing at 155 pounds. His record stands 7 wins against 6 defeats. Fighting out of Pasadena, Texas, Baldomero, the soldier of God, Zamora. Referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexrose.
Baldomero Zamora. DAndre Glasper. Referee about to start this fight. Longtime official in the state of Texas, Jeff Rexrode, and this fight is officially underway.
Right hand, left hook from Glasper right there.
13 fights to his credit for Baldomero Zamora.
Switch kick over here. Yeah, a lot of in and out movement right now from Zamora. Looking to defend and avoid those shots from Glasper. Right hand over the top. Now he's coming forward with that forward pressure is Glasper.
I like that feint with the knee and then throwing those 2 big hands over the top.
Heard that. Low kick from Zamora. And Glasper returns back with a combination of his own.
Glasper the way he's fighting is very much sacrificing defense for offense. Like you see when he throws, he's not checking his chin. He is just rushing in and unloading.
Yeah, he's throwing his combinations, and when he throws those combinations, he's unloading for sure. Right roundhouse kick into the right cross over there.
Which means one of two things. It means either, you know, he's going to land bigger shots, but it also means there's openings for Baldo to counter there and land something big of his own.
Zamora with a dodge and then a low kick.
Oh,
coming forward right there. Right cross to the body.
Straight cross to the body from Glasper there. We could hear that throughout the arena.
Got him in the sugar.
You're letting out trade secrets there, AJ. Gracie Baja guys are going to be upset with you. Referee breaks the action here.
Push kick right there from Zamora. Now he fakes it and goes to the low kick. Then Glasper comes with some forward pressure, trying to trap his opponent up against the fence. The knee raise from Zamora, then a knee raise from Glasper of his own. Ooh! Check downstairs, a little low kick downstairs, but looked like some shin-on-shin contact right there. Then a big upstairs roundhouse kick from Zamora.
20 seconds left in the first round. Feeling that the more significant shots of this round has been landed by Glasper. Zamora still trying to find his range.
Yeah, Zamora literally is trying getting into his rhythm right here. But Glasper, I think he's just been a little bit more active this first round, throwing his combinations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. But I also think the way that Glasper throws, where he's putting so much into every shot, the longer this fight goes on, the more his tank is going to empty, and there may be some openings for Baldo later in the fight.
We'll see as we go into the second and third round for sure. You know what I'm saying? But Glasper, he looked like he's chilling in that corner.
Yeah, he does.
Right now.
Yeah, you're right, man. Maybe.
Never see a shot of Zamora in his corner. Never see Glasper right now. Looking nice and relaxed, as Ricky T had been mentioning earlier. Interesting story unfolding before us. Let's see what adjustments both fighters make heading into round two. Spread the word to your friends and family. ClearLifeMedia.com, where you see some of the best fights in Texas, some of the best young fighters, kickboxing, MMA, grappling, here at Elevate Fighting Championship. You are watching a fight between Baldomero Zamora taking on DAndre Glasper. Round two underway.
Inside low kick from Zamora. Glasper comes back with the right, left, right. And again, just the forward pressure. Maldonado just scoots out to the left, though, with his footwork.
Man, Glasper is so aggressive.
Forward, baby. He literally just coming with that pressure.
Zamora doing a good job in trying to weather the storm, but Glasper's like a madman, just not stopping.
Right hand, left hook, right
shots,
hand.
Man.
And every time Glasper's throwing, he's throwing with bad intentions, eh?
Man, he is loading it up and just throwing with everything he's got. I'd hate to be on the receiving end of anything thrown by that dude.
Low kick from Zamora. The guard, and then a low kick from Glasper, and then a right hand into the collision, into the clinch. Southpaw stance now from Zamora, back to orthodox. Goes for the inside kick.
Zamora has a lot of skill, but he can't let Glasper just take these rounds on aggression alone. He needs to get something off here soon. We're almost about halfway into this fight.
Another low kick from Zamora, then another low kick from Zamora. Yeah, he's really liking that low kick right there, you know what I'm saying? With his kicking attack.
Well, and he's got Glasper thinking about it too now. You know, he's starting to lift that leg up. And there are some defensive holes there with Glasper that can be found.
Zamora systematically cutting down Glasper. Has he swung the tide back into his favor?
Right hand over the top. Ooh, it looks like that was a big connection right there from Zamora. Now he's coming forward with the pressure. Glasper now come back in it with a right. Ooh, big right hook to the body. Zamora with the feint. Southpaw stance, ortho, then he goes for the low kick from the inside.
1 minute in round 2. Oh, nicely done.
Ooh-wee. Knees on the collision right there.
I think Baldo's starting to get his timing down a little bit, letting some good counters there.
Yeah, putting his combinations together. The fist and then really favoring the low kicks right there.
Good breakaway there.
Yes, see, suddenly we got a fight, boys.
And Zamora now coming alive now in round 2. Is it enough to take the round for Zamora? Nicely done.
I think it is now.
And then a big sweep for Zamora. Now finds himself now with the big advantage in the second round, in my humble opinion.
And round 2 comes to a close. What a story we have unfolding before our eyes, gentlemen.
Yeah, it looks like we could be 1 for 1 going into this third round. Good scrap between these two guys, for sure, for sure.
Regardless of how you see it, I think it's close enough that you can for sure bet both fighters' corners are telling them that they need round 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Time to empty the tank and swing.
That was a nice-looking sweep for Zamora to close the round out.
Yeah,
Love to see another shot of that heading into round 3.
I thought you were going to say something about the ring card girl.
This guy.
What's her name, Ricky?
You know say.
Right here, guys. Nicely done there from Zamora.
I knew you would know, Ricky.
My dude. My dude.
That could have sealed the deal for round number 2 for Zamora.
Great reflexes on that. To see the roundhouse kick come into the body, catch and boom, right downstairs for the low kick. That was big second round finish right there for Zamora. You know what I'm saying?
Nice pull from our editing crew to pull that replay up. Love that sweep technique there.
I think that evened up the fight, man. I really think he, especially with that sweep, kind of put a stamp on that first round.
For sure, yeah. Zamora came back harder in that second round. You know what I'm saying?
You think Zamora can keep up the momentum to take round 3?
Round 3. It's time to scrap now.
Let's see.
What I like that Glasper's doing here is he's changing up his rhythm. You know, he was a little bit too relaxed, I think, in round 2, and Baldo started to time what he was doing, and now he's working at a totally different pace right now than he was in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, Glasper just going in there and making it a scrap and making the fight dirty from the inside, you know what I'm saying? Zamora was keeping it technical with the combinations, with the punches, and then ending with the low kicks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Glasper's best bet is to make this not a technical fight and just make this ugly.
Yeah, and that's how fighting is, you know what I mean? Making the fight your fight, fighting your fight and your rhythm, you know what I'm saying? And controlling the cage.
And this is where Zamora has been doing a good job imposing that 13-fight experience. He's not letting Glasper take over the fight with just out-hustling tactics. He's staying sharp and staying into this fight. He's not letting Glasper just overwhelm him.
I hear that. Switch kick right here from Zamora. Low kick on the inside from Zamora right there as well.
Once again,
kick from Zamora.
Those are adding up, gentlemen. Those going to pay some dividends here late in this fight. Oh, nicely done. Just the timing of Zamora.
Yeah, man, it's a really skilled dude.
So you can see that experience come into play.
But this is a scalpel versus machete matchup. I'm curious to see what the judges think of this thing.
Right hand, left hook from Glasper. Some punches on the inside on the collision and a separation from the referee. Right hand, and then again another collision right here. Into the clinch, but in the kickboxing rule sets, there's not much clinch work. Once they tie up, the referee's gonna separate them.
We got just under 1 minute left, gentlemen. hotly contested battle between Zamora and Glasper here, as Glasper fleeing his way, trying to take whatever control he can, but Zamora, the wily veteran, having none of it.
Yeah, when Zamora's going into that southpaw stance, he's literally just ripping that body kick. Ooh, and then jumping the knee now from the open stance.
Oh,
Trading
wow.
hooks.
It looked like Glasper walked right into that straight cross, but he is just continuously moving forward. 15 seconds left. And Baldomero, Zamora, and DAndre Glasper go to the judges' scorecard here tonight. Entertaining bout, gentlemen. I have to give a slight edge to Zamora in that third round. How do you like it?
Yeah, it was a good fight for sure between both these fighters, you know what I'm saying? You can see right there, they're walking around the cage, you know what I'm saying? And that was a great scrap from both of them. I'm glad I'm not a judge. I'm gonna see what the judges got to say about it, you know what I'm saying? We could probably see a 2-rounds-to-1 split decision, perhaps. We'll see how the judges scored it.
I think this is the closest fight of the night. I'm with you. I think I go 2-1 Zamora, but I could easily see it 2-1 the other way also.
It wouldn't be inappropriate to have it 2-1 Glasper either. I wouldn't argue with that.
This was a really close fight. The first round was the only definitive round.
Correct.
But I think the 2 close rounds I give to Zamora. So it's really about what they thought of one of these close rounds.
It was a lot of fun to watch both fighters impose their skills on each other. Glasper, probably the more stronger of the two, just continuously pressing forward, pushing the action, but the more experienced veteran Zamora just not letting Glasper just overwhelm him and use that experience to try to systematically chop Glasper down in that fight. We shall see what the official score is. Let's hand it over to Colin Cantrell.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards, and we have a split decision. By round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, how many feel that DAndre Glasper won the fight? By round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, how many feel like Baldomero Zamora won the fight? Half of y'all are wrong. We go to the judges' scorecard. Judge Ruben Carrion scores the fight, 29-28 for Baldomero Zamora. Judge William Dean scores the fight, 29-28, DAndre Glasper. And Judge Ramsey Ishak scores the fight, 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Baldomero Zamora.
And congratulations to Baldomero Zamora, handing DAndre Glasper defeat here tonight at Elevate Fighting Championship. Man, what a fight.
Yeah, that was a great fight between these two fighters for sure, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, definitely rounds 2 and 3, in my opinion, were the ones that Zamora was able to get the decision.
What do you want to say,
Baldomero?
I want to say Jesus is king, baby. Jesus loves every single one of y'all. Jesus, whenever you're down and out, don't ever give up. Pick yourself back up. You may get knocked out, pushed down, whatever it may be, man, but God is on your side, ready to hold you up, pick you back up, and make you go forward. You shout out to Elevate. I heard there was a title shot on the line. I want that next, baby. Let's make it happen, Chris.
There we go, folks.
Yeah, you know, you were talking about it earlier. The experience, I think, is what let him get back into that fight. Because a lot of young fighters, if they got knocked around the cage like he did in the first round, a lot of dudes will wilt right there. So I think that experience and those reps were able to let him stay in the fight, where a lot of dudes would have just been out of it after that first round.
Kept his composure, you know what I'm saying? Made the adjustments in the second and third round.
I'm not trying to get beat up like that.
We're not stopping yet.